Shri Yasir Shah, Sales Director Railways, AMEA Linxon. Shri Yasir has 20 plus years of experience in transport and EPC sectors. Previously with ABB, he now leads Linxon's railway business in AMEA, leveraging deep expertise in electrification and infrastructure sales. Further, he holds a bachelor's in electrical engineering from the National Institute of Technology and has completed a general management program at the Indian School of Business. Can you please welcome Shri Yasir Shah on the stage?
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My presentation is on rail net zero path. Even though rail is one of the lowest CO2 emitting sectors and mode of transport, nevertheless, we have sector emissions. And today my presentation will be focusing on that. So this is the contents of my presentation. We will set up a context that what is really a net zero challenge. We heard our speakers and panelists in the morning also say about net zero. So what really is the net zero challenge? Then we will try to understand how we can further decarbonize the rail transportation system. And then lastly, I will also touch upon Linxon, the organization that I'm working in, how we are supporting this challenge. So what is basically the net zero challenge? Now, if you look at this graph, so the world is on the path that by 2100, we will be having a temperature rise of around 2.7 degrees centigrade. So by 2100, we will be, as per the current policy, having an increase of 2.7 degrees centigrade. This is a median estimate. There is 50% chances of it being higher, 33% chances of it being 3 degrees centigrade. So the temperature tomorrow, our kids and grandkids are going to see are 3 degrees higher. We all know that these are major consequences. Renewable energy and electric vehicle deployment has taken up record-breaking progress. We are already seeing it. Still, the fossil fuel-linked subsidies remain highest of all time. So that is a net zero challenge for us. Let's look at the 2035 climate plans and the mid-year check for 2025. So if you look at this graph, we are still 19 to 23 gigaton CO2 emissions away from 1.5 degree emission plan of 2030. So today, the emissions that are being made still require a reduction of around 23 gigatons of CO2 emissions reduction. The emission gap, which I said, have been same from the last 3 years. So there is a serious need to look at these emission gaps again. Climate Action Tracker, which monitors climate action of 39 countries and EU, estimates that it accounts for 85% of global emissions. 39 countries along with the EU. And 29 of the 40 Climate Action Tracker accesses have yet to submit the 2035 climate targets, which means that we are yet to submit our targets for 2035 challenge. We know India, as recently as said in the morning, is committed to the energy transition of decarbonize and achieve a net zero state. India has made remarkable progress in recent years. It has the 5th largest solar and the 4th largest wind capacity in the world. And today we are having more than 50% energy coming through renewable sources. More than 200 gigawatt of power which is getting generated is from renewable energy sources. So that is basically the net zero challenge, that we need at least 24 gigatons of CO2 emissions to be taken out by year 2035. So now let's look at the rail sector emissions. When everybody was talking today, rail is the lowest CO2 emitting sector, yes. And then we look at only the vehicle use, which is the standard focus from all people that look at how we are moving the train. Is it electrified? No. Make it electrified. Yes, that has been already achieved. But what are the other ways in which we can look at it? So here, basically, what we look at is the complete carbon footprint of the rail sector, right from infrastructure cost, the production of the vehicles, vehicle use, maintenance of the vehicles or the infrastructure, and end of the life for the vehicle or the asset. Delhi Metro has already been in operation since 2002. So we are looking at some of the assets getting phased out. So basically, we have to look at the whole carbon life cycle, which means the construction part, asphalt, concrete, steel, and construction processes. In vehicle production, we have to look at steel, aluminum, battery production, vehicle equipments, and their fabrication process. In vehicle use, we have to look at the fuel and the electricity use, including upstream energy use, whether it's coming from renewable sources or not. Then we talk about repairs and renewals during the maintenance. And lastly, can we do the deconstruction or offset the reclamation from recycling of the assets which are outdating? So what are the strategies to reduce the carbon impact? Well, if we look at the complete carbon cycle, there are ways. We have to look at reducing the volume of material used, reduce the amount of energy used to create that material, reduce emissions per unit of material and energy. So that's for the whole life cycle. And if we look at the vehicle use, we have to look at innovative ways of reducing the number of vehicles and they reduce the emission per vehicle kilometer. So we have to basically look at how many people are getting transported and what are the emissions created. So in operation of the trains, we have to look at that particular part. So it looks quite simple. Reduce the amount of material and energy used in the transportation system and the emissions produced per unit of material and energy. So it means that there are ways, and of course, it is a challenge right now because of the current procurement practices that we have, where the lowest bidder is awarded, and these all things are not looked into, unfortunately. So now talking about Linxon's journey. So what is Linxon? Linxon is basically a joint venture company between Atkins Realis and Hitachi Energy. So as Mr. Pankaj was earlier saying, there are a lot of Hitachi companies. We are one of them. We have a global presence across globe. We operate out of 3 hubs, and we have a global engineering center in Chennai, and we have more than 700 employees. And we have delivered projects in India also. We have delivered the monorail project in Bangkok, where we have done the turnkey electrification for the Bangkok monorail lines, pink and yellow. We have done extension of Kochi Metro. We have done Kolkata Metro. So these are the projects that we have recently delivered. We are delivering Bangalore Metro. So we are doing the complete electrification of Bangalore Metro for the phase 2A and 2B. We are delivering Chennai Metro, where we are doing 70 kilometers of track electrification along with traction substation and other auxiliary stations. We're also building a couple of projects outside India, one in Tanzania, along with a company called Yapi Markazi, a Turkish contractor. And with Hitachi, we are delivering a project in Manila, Philippines. So how is Linxon implementing its net zero challenge, and what should we do in projects, especially in India also, to have this drive of net zero? For example, I have an example recently, London Power Tunnels, a project which we are delivering in UK. We are delivering the equipments which are free of hexafluoride gases. hexafluoride gas is 23,000 times more dangerous than CO2. So 1 ton of CO2 is equal to 23,000 tons of hexafluoride gas. So the solution that we are giving in London Power Tunnels is actually reducing the emissions of carbon equivalent to 12,000 tons. Another project, which is my favorite actually, is Bangalore Metro project. So in Bangalore Metro project, what we did was we changed the core material used in transformer, the CRGO that we used in the transformers, we changed it for the auxiliary transformers and the traction transformers. We were able to achieve 11% reduction in the power supply. So we were able to give better losses or a higher efficiency by 11% on the traction power, which is equal to 25,000 tons of CO2 emission annually. If today we do a simple check on AI, that if I reduce the energy consumption of Delhi Metro by 10%, how much CO2 emissions we are going to save. So that's something which we have to look at. We're also adding reverse substations here, where we are actually using the energy lost in braking and we are putting it back into the system. So it's basically about promoting sustainability. And in promoting sustainability, there are latest technologies which we can implement and we are already implementing. When we talk about construction, we can use AI-driven technologies in construction to minimize waste and promote sustainable practices. In Chennai Metro, we are already using open space AI platform in construction. Right now, it is helping us in order to mitigate the resource management. Even having more resources on site which are not to be used is a CO2 emission ultimately. We are also using eco-efficient switchgear. Rather than using hexafluoride gases, there are more alternatives available which are more eco-efficient. Autonomous maintenance, which reduces emission and improves reliability and efficiency. So there are autonomous robots today employed by other railway networks. We can employ it here also and improve the efficiency and reduce the emissions because it gives us better equipment reliability and efficiency. Integrated HMIs. So in an OCC, we have multiple human-machine interfaces. So what we can do is that we can use an integrated HMI which increases the efficiency of the resources that are monitoring these. Another example which we are implementing is reversible substations, which basically recycles the energy wasted in braking. Biodegradable oils and lubricants, which offer a sustainable and alternative solution to conventional petroleum-based oils. So these are some of the sustainability initiatives that we have taken and we want to implement it further in the rail projects going ahead. Thank you.